It's Thursday, August 25th. Good evening. This is CTV News. I'm Patricia Vallone.
And I'm Denise Douglas. Thank you so much for joining us. Metro's leadership on the hot seat today. The transit agency's board of directors called a special meeting to talk about ongoing safety issues. Byron Scott has the story.
Root of the issues.
With federal authorities calling for more oversight of Metro, the transit agency's board of directors peppered its leadership with a morning full of tough questions.
And then the obvious question is, if the tracks came apart and the things wore out, and the pictures I saw, that even if I were walking down the tracks, I would be able to say, oh my gosh, there's a problem here. How did we not find it?
What is the long-range plan to change this culture?
The special meeting comes in the wake of safety issues at Metro, including train operators running red signals.
Even when a operator goes through a red light, he can still keep moving that train down the track as long as he's going under 12 miles an hour. Why, when you're a train operator with 400 or 500 people in back of you, you suddenly decide that from time to time you don't have to obey red light signals is mind-boggling to me.
We had this similar conversation, and we share the same concern. So what I actually met yesterday with Car Equipment Engineering, and we're looking at a car-borne solution where stop means stop.
Questions zeroed in on the July derailment on the Silver Line and why the interlocking in that area had not been properly inspected.
Was the inspection report done, or was it falsified and they actually didn't inspect the track?
We're not doing them in conformance with what the standards require.
Okay.
Questions also addressed what federal transit agency officials called a decades-long widespread lack of compliance that has allowed parked trains and equipment to roll away.
Some of these standards have not been followed for decades, in some cases, and years. And it has been institutionalized, rationalized, whatever. Some of the changes I've already made were a result of that.
Officials say Metro recently began inspecting all of the system's 100-plus sharp curves, which require more maintenance. Metro is also looking at new technology that will augment track inspections, but clearly some board members remain frustrated.
All three of you are new, but we had the same meeting 1 year ago, and we had the same kind of discussion about, we should have done this, we should have done that.
Despite the organization's problems, the FTA says good progress has been made, but stresses a lot more work lay ahead.
The team that I'm putting together understands, the way that we're approaching this. We are letting every employee understand that this is the way that we are going forward.
In Washington, Byron Scott, CTV News.
Byron also tells us that Metro is planning an emergency drill for this Sunday on the Yellow Line Bridge. The exercise will take place on the bridge crossing the Potomac. It gets underway at 8:30 in the morning. Yellow Line service between LaFont Plaza and the Pentagon will be suspended until about 2 p.m.
Immunization records are missing for more than 6,000 students in Prince George's County. Those students are being asked to stay at home until their parents can prove that they have received the necessary shots. The deadline to provide the records was Tuesday. School officials say some children may be vaccinated and their paperwork could just be missing. There are some exceptions for students with medical conditions or religious beliefs.
Well, fallout from the federal investigation that led to the defunding of the Head Start program in Prince George's continues. This after poor conditions, instructor training, along with humiliation of students was found. NBC4 is reporting that in 2013 there were several non-compliances within the program, including criminal background check files for 103 of the 129 employees were inaccurately kept, and 7 staffers had not completed the checks at all. The program did not lose funding in 2014 after the issues were corrected. Meantime, a mother is demanding answers after her 4-year-old daughter was dropped off the bus all alone near busy Allentown Road in Suitland. The little girl was dropped at the wrong bus stop despite wearing an ID. Now, the school system released this statement to us earlier saying this, and I quote, "According to our administrative policy, pre-kindergarten and kindergarten students are not allowed to leave the bus unless a parent or designee is physically present. Officials say disciplinary action may be taken pending the outcome of their investigation into this incident."
Governor Larry Hogan is meeting with the chair of Maryland's Legislative Black Caucus today. Delegate Cheryl Glenn wants to discuss the selection process of the 15 finalists chosen to grow and process medical marijuana in the state. She says of those selected, only one was a minority. Hogan tells the Associated Press that he's concerned about the issue as well, but says his administration does not have much of a role in the licensing process. And you are watching CTV News. I'm Patricia Vallone.
And I'm Denise Douglas.